Hey, so today I wanted to talk about the history of ESL programs in Texas for the Bilingual Supplemental exam, number 164. So the first thing you need to know is that in 1964, Title VI of the Civil Rights Act ended segregation in school. It also provided equal opportunities for all students. 3 years later, in 1967, the TEA created additional measures allowing instruction in two languages. A year later, in 1968, the Bilingual Education Act was formed. It was the first piece of legislation to recognize needs of limited English-speaking ability students. It also funded schools districts by grants and established educational programs for English language learners. In 1973, Texas enacts the Bilingual Education and Training Act. This means that any public school enrolling 20 or more ELLs in a given grade level must provide native language instruction to facilitate transfer to the mainstream classroom. ESL teaching is required to develop English literacy skills. This act also eliminated the English-only teaching requirements. In 1974, Law v. Nichols was a landmark Supreme Court case that impacted the education of English language learners in the United States. The case involved non-English speaking Chinese students in San Francisco who argued that they were not receiving adequate support to help them understand the curriculum, thereby denying them equal educational opportunities. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of the students, stating that it failed to provide supplemental language instruction to non-English speaking students, violated their Civil Rights Act of 1964, as it effectively denied them a meaningful education. Schools must take affirmative steps to ensure that students with language barriers have access to the same educational opportunities as native English speakers. The decision emphasized the need for schools to address the specific needs of ELL students, leading to the development of bilingual education and ESL programs nationwide. In 1981, Castañeda v. Pickard had a significant impact on bilingual and ESL educational programs in the United States. It provided a clear standard for evaluating the adequacy of educational services provided to ELLs, ensuring that schools are held accountable for providing effective education to students with limited English proficiency. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals established a three-part test to evaluate whether schools are meeting their obligation under the EEOA. 1. Theory. The educational program must be based on sound educational theory. 2. Practice. The program must be implemented effectively with adequate resource and personnel. 3. Results. The program must be evaluated and show that it is producing results in overcoming language barriers.